The ledger for Monday, August 10th has two entries, crew, and they do not point the same direction, which is exactly why they belong in one file. Entry 1. Ukrainian drones reached a refinery in Tatarstan, 800 kilometers east of Moscow, and for the first time in this deep strike campaign, the toll is double digits. Entry 2. Same day. Russia's deputy foreign minister ruled out the one outcome Kyiv has said it could accept, a freeze of the war along the current front line. A strike that reaches deeper than diplomacy, and diplomacy that just closed its only open door on the same Monday, with American envoys packing for both capitals. That is tonight's file. The strike, with every count attributed. Ukraine's general staff says its drones hit the Taneco refinery in Nizhnekamsk, Tatarstan, and started a fire. The human toll, by the count of Russian regional authorities, and theirs is the only count on record, unverified by anyone independent, at least 13 killed, including a child, with the wounded first counted at 39 and later raised to 75. Russia's response came in official grammar. The head of Tatarstan, Rustam Minnikhanov, called the attack barbaric. The Investigative Committee's spokeswoman, Svetlana Petrenko, announced a criminal case treating it as a terrorist attack. Tatarstan declared a day of mourning, and the Defense Ministry says it intercepted more than 450 drones overnight. Enter all of it. The record needs both capitals' words tonight. Now place Tatarstan on the map this desk has been drawing for a week. In the last file on this front, I showed you Ukraine's reach, the Bashneft refineries at Ufa, the Saratov refinery, the Engels bomber base. Ufa sits even deeper than Monday's target, so distance is not what is new tonight. What is new is the cost in people. The refinery campaign has mostly been a war on fuel, tanks, towers, throughput. Monday, it produced a double-digit civilian toll in an industrial city, by Russia's own count. And for the full Monday ledger, the fire ran both directions. The same day, Russian artillery killed 5 people in Ukraine's Kharkiv region, with Kyiv reporting 4 dead and 50 wounded across the country over the past day. 2 capitals, 1 day, and the dying happened in both. The diplomatic entry, precisely as stated. Deputy Foreign Minister Mikhail Galuzin, speaking to the state-owned TASS agency Monday, and note that he framed it as repeating his president. No freeze, he said, is possible without addressing the root causes of this crisis. Root causes, in Moscow's standing usage, means its original war aims, and per the Kyiv Independent, Russia's current demand includes Ukrainian withdrawal from parts of the Donbass. Set that against Kyiv's position, stated in the same reporting. A freeze along the current front line is the most realistic basis for a ceasefire. So the two positions on the table are freeze where the line stands and no freeze without concessions first. Into that gap this week fly Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, carrying new American proposals, including, per the Kyiv Independent, a possible agreement to halt air attacks. That is the table being set. Read the two entries together, because they are one message in 2 grammars. Kyiv's grammar is fire. President Zelensky, in a post the day before the strike, said Russia is beginning to feel the consequences of Ukraine's long-range campaign. Sunday's sentence, Monday's demonstration. The message to Moscow and to the arriving envoys, our reach is your refining map, and it grows. Moscow's grammar is print. A deputy minister, on the state wire, invoking his president, closing the freeze option the day before the proposals land. The message to Kyiv and Washington, the price has not dropped. Neither capital was talking to the other on Monday, crew. Both were talking to the men with the briefcases. Fair shake, both columns. Ukraine's doctrine is that refineries are war infrastructure, the fuel system of an invading army, and by that doctrine, Taneco is a legitimate target. Kyiv did not choose Russia's decision to put a war economy inside civilian cities. And the other column, 13 people, including a child, are dead in an industrial town by the only count that exists, and a count being Russian does not make the child less dead. This desk has read Russian casualty claims skeptically all war, and it reads this one skeptically too, in both directions, unverified and unrefuted. What Monday established beyond any count is this. The war's geography no longer protects anyone's interior, and the war's diplomacy, as of the same day, has no agreed first move. Where have we heard that shape before?
After action. Watch the envoys week, because Monday was staged for it. 2 proposals travel to 2 capitals that each spent the day demonstrating their position, one in fire, one in print. If the air halt agreement the Kyiv Independent reports is real, it collides immediately with a campaign that just proved it can put double-digit tolls on Russia's interior map, and with a ministry that just said no freeze without the root causes settled. The beneficiaries of Monday are the leverage holders on both sides, walking into the meetings with fresh proof of their arguments. The cost is on the usual ledger. 13 dead in Nizhnekamsk, 5 dead in Kharkiv, 1 day, counted by governments that agree on nothing else. When the briefcases open this week, watch whether anything in them stops a Monday like this one. That is the measure. That is the file. I'm Mark, and this is Pixel Politics.